Konnichiwa. Good evening to anybody that wants to watch. Don't know what we're going to get through tonight, but we'll see. I'm going to give you some stuff that you can use to help improve your kata Seiunchin. That is if you want to improve your kata Seiunchin. Do you want to improve your kata Seiunchin? Okie dokie. Hey, hey. Alright, now, whenever you are striking, the chances are that whether you do oizuki or yakuzuki, you will land the strike on the front foot. So there's your oizuki and then yakuzuki, same thing. However, there's three or four parts in Seiunchin where you're actually landing the strike on your back foot. I call it a double shuffle. So we're just going to get into it. So from this position, all I want to do is step. I'm going to angle that camera a little bit more. A little bit better. There we go. Alright, so from this position, right leg back in short stance. And it's got to be right leg back in short stance because every single part in Seiunchin, you are using your left foot to execute the strike. Okay, so the left foot is always going to be the one that's behind. So from this position, just step forwards and go into a long stance. And just strike Jodan Oizuki. Okay, so you're in a long stance now. Now what I want you to do is I want you to bring this left foot, this back foot up and strike Chudan Yakuzuki. And then come back to square one. Easy peasy. So you're going to go forwards, strike. I might have to shorten my stance a little bit. And then from this position, back foot comes up, strike. And then come back. So these are the parts where you would go from here, 1, 2. Notice the right leg's forwards, left leg is back. You come from here, we execute the sweep, sweep here, and then we go forwards, lands on the back foot. And then I think there's one or two other places, I forget where they are. But never mind, it doesn't really matter, the point is that the point. So from there, right leg back short stance, and then lunge forwards, oizuki, and then bring that back foot up, Chudan Yakuzuki, knee. And then come back. Oizuki, knee, back. Now the goal is to have, particularly the back foot, is to have, when the front foot lands, so does the punch. Now as this back foot drags up, you want that punch to be landing at the same time. And yes, you are going to rise up in the stance. But this is fairly basic and anybody can do it basically. Anybody can do it. Even you. Don't throw things. Sorry. It's alright folks. You never see her ever again. It's because of that mistake. Somebody's had a brave pull this morning. So forwards, oizuki, and then bringing that back foot up, punching knee, and then shuffle back. Forwards, knee, and back. Okay, let's put both techniques together now. So the goal here is to have step, step. The first one is pretty much irrelevant. It's just part of the exercise. It's the second one that's going to be that's going to count. Ish, knee, san, shi, go, rik, sich, ach, go, jo, Relax. Oh. Nah, it's alright. For now. Okay, next part. So that basically ties in with this part of the kata. So as we go from here, come back, we do the double shuffle, and it lands on the back foot. Next part. Next part, we are going to, let's do a knee raise, just to make it really simple. So we're going to go right leg forwards. So we come around, go on here now. So we're in this stance. So all we're going to do is we're going to go up, land, then come back. Left foot's not going to go anywhere. Each, up, land, back. Knee, back. Now we're going to put a reverse punch in there. So when you land, stay there. Each. Now come up. Shuffle back. Each. Knee. Then back. What can this be used for? Round kicks coming in. Block the round kick. Defence. Just use it as a heezer strike anyway. So, but what this symbolises the sweep long and then up. Notice that as that was moving, as we're moving into that, it kind of all flows into one. So we take our long step, but then we're going to put our back fist or whatever comes next with it. So, ish, knee, back, ish, knee, back. Whole thing, then we'll have some air, not hair. Okay, each, down, dragon punch, back, knee, up, land long, dragon punch. This will be combined with a back fist, so maybe we should be using an oizuki for this. So we'll swap it. Instead of punching with a reverse punch, I want to punch with a lunge. So from where you are, one, down, from here, punch, then come back. Yeah. So it's going to throw a Kazamazuki if you like, because the actual technique is a Uruch, out and back. So Kazamazuki is going to start from guard position, snap out and back. So from here, ish, down, disarm, up, shuffle, ish, knee, back, ish, knee. Now let's start putting both techniques together nice and slow. So again, right arm lands on the left foot. We go up, down long. We're going to come up, punch, same time. Try and get the whole thing together. Each, knee, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, go, jo. Relax. relax, relax, relax. Okay, so once you practice those, we can then move on with our kata. So that's pretty much what we'll probably do tonight, is just spend, because I missed 2 weeks, but I want you to practice those. So if you want to get good at Seiunchin, you've got to practice that stuff. One more for you, alright? I'm starting to feel it now. Alright, right leg back short stance. Okay, we're going to go forwards. Don't mind if you go for an angle, don't mind if you go straight forwards, it's irrelevant for the purpose of the exercise. So from this position now where you are, I want you to go forwards into a sumo stance, execute Mawashi Empi. So going from where you are, Mawashi. And again, don't panic about it. If you find yourself veering off and you're over here somewhere, don't panic. If you're over here somewhere, don't panic. The technique is the same whether you go short or whether you go long, because it's not about the arm. I just can't stand seeing people that are unsure of transitions in stances. So instead of, it's all on my left foot, that's it. Instead of doing this, stepping in and expecting power to come from this, we've already used power, we've already wasted power. So what you do, when you step forwards now, move this last. So it's almost as though, you can see the foot's pointing inwards, it's almost as though we're stepping forwards. Now the heels come off the floor, but the attitude of the foot remain the same. And then it's at the end, when this foot's ready to land, that we throw this hip in. So, without arms, should look something like this. And then we come back. So it literally is, as you're stepping forwards, throw that hip in. You can do it in a short stance if you want, so you can come through. If you want, the key is this. Not this, not this. The key is that, leaving that to last. So you keep it dead still, and we step. When this foot's landed, as soon as it lands, this is already in action. So it's kind of in mid-air when you execute the heel. So we'll just go forwards again, forget the MP for now. Just think about what the feet are doing, particularly this left foot. So forwards, back, forwards, back, forwards, back, forwards, back. Okay, swapping sides, because this happens on both sides. The first drills we did only happen on one side. It's always left leg, lands with the left leg. But this technique happens on both sides, in different angles and different parts of the kata. So again, when I say don't panic about angles, Seiunchin is all about 45 degrees, it's all about angles. It's not as linear as most katas. It's very off. It teaches us to get off that line of attack. It doesn't teach us to attack, it doesn't teach us to retreat. It teaches, as the technique's coming in, to get off that line of attack and then strike. So we're going to go left leg back this time. So we'll break this down. Step first. Leave this right foot to last. Step. So I've done this wide so you can see. Now, my left foot is in position. It's pointing straight forwards. All I've got to do with this right foot is make it perpendicular to my left. And again, it doesn't matter how wide your stance is. As long as your body weight's in the middle and your feet are perpendicular. Think about it. So we're going to go forwards. Step. Don't do anything with this. Just come off the floor, yes, because we're breaking it down. And then execute the heel in. And then back. And even though you're breaking this down, still snap the heel in. Okay, you will see this. You'll see this technique done with the Tetsui or Gidambarai. Yeah, and these are techniques that you would learn in your first and second kata as well. Okay, so from this position, as you step one, nothing with the left foot. Sorry, nothing with the right foot, and then execute heel in. Then if you find that your phone's ringing, you need to answer it. So we go forwards. We're going to go forwards, try and land. Try to land. I don't know what that noise was in the background, sorry. My apologies. Don't look at me like that. So we're going to go forwards. Step, ish. Throw the hip in and down. Revert. Knee. And then back. Ish. Throwing the hip in each time. Saving this to last each time. Knee. Notice that we're not swinging the arms either. So as we're going through this, the arms aren't kind of swinging uncontrollably. They're just coming through naturally. Ish. Knee. And relax. Okay. There's 3 exercises for you to practice in your own time. Now, I might only do 30 minutes or so tonight. Not doing well, so I'm just trying to sort the headache out. So we'll move on to kata Seiunchin now. And it's important that you sort of realise that even though we're live, and you might think, well, this is lockdown 3, number 11, I believe. Number 12, can't remember which. And I'm not understanding it. You've got to go back to lockdown 1 and start from there. You can't just jump in at lockdown 3, episode 11. You've got to go back a few steps and start from there, okay? All right, from there. Kata Seiunchin. Now, we bowed in last time, we didn't bow out, so we'll just continue where we were. So we had our right leg forwards, shikudach, right arm back, left arm, nokate. Now nokate, the idea behind the nokate is that you keep, I don't know if you can see, it's these 3 fingers here that are in line with each other, okay? That will be your nokate. But don't ever strike with that, because it's a weak strike. Unless, of course, you spent all the time, first off you start with water, then sand, then little gravels, then big gravels, and then you do it against walls, all right? So for now, just have your hand flat, okay? So we're down, right hand's back, left hand's forwards. We're going to come back into Haiko Seiunchin. Now as this right foot lands, as the back foot lands, right hand slaps the left. Left hasn't gone anywhere, just comes up and down, okay? So that's all we're doing from there. Now, the trick to this is use this left foot to snap your hip back. The way I first learnt it, this was a heel strike. So we would use that left foot to strike up behind us. But now, sort of changed it, made it a bit more goju, and a bit more Tadashi and a bit more me. So as we're here now, using that left heel to drag you back. Make this heel the reason that this leg moves. Okay? So as we're back, we go ish. Now from that position, we're going to do our double shuffle. So we're going to go right leg forwards, nice and deep. We've been doing this. Fold the arms in. Now the arms are going to simply just come around and push straight forwards. And then from that position, we're going to come up and strike. Strike, push, break. Doesn't matter what kind of bunkai you're using, etc., etc. One of the main keys is to not have that happen. and then through. One of the main keys would be to try and keep the shoulders down as you do that. So we're going to come back again. Ish, strike to your Haiko Seiunchin. I'm going to do a double shuffle forward like at the beginning. Step and fold, strike and step. Easy peasy. Now we're going to go back. We're going to step back with our right leg. As we do that, finish. So reverse empi strike. Ushiro empi. Trick is, have it all on together. Again, landing on the back foot. Now hips are come up slightly. Left hand's not gone anywhere. Hijiate. Now with the hijiate, don't go too high. Don't aim for the chin. Alright, it might look very wide, but it's not. It's only a small target. So aim, I don't really mind if hijiates are here. Aiming for the sternum, aiming for the chest. I really don't mind that whatsoever. Okay? So it will be each to their own of what they're doing. So we come back, hijiate. Okay, you'll notice now that mine's about shoulder height-ish. And I'm not come all the way back. And I'd even teach that in Kion as well. I'd even say that's okay for Kion. Beginners, come right up, get used to raising right up. Because that again can be a defense. Okay, somebody's punching you, you do this. You get into this fetal position. And without knowing it, you've already got a double hijiate, double rising elbow strike. Instead of using it when you're being punched, use it to step forwards. Okay? That there, by the way, is kata Seiunchin. Alright, so if you can do that, you've got Seiunchin. So we come back, we're doing the double shuffle, we're doing the back empi strike, and then from this position we're going to do hijiate. Now, we're going to step in with our right foot. Notice that the hips haven't come off to go back on again. That really grinds my coffee. So again, we're just refining this. Probably go for another 10 minutes or so. We're just refining this. So as we step in, we drop the right hand to form where Uchuke would prepare. So it starts on the hip and it comes across. And it's palm downwards into and we've got palm here. Now we're going to step out to our Seiunchin. Now notice that my right foot is still pointing straight forwards. You might be saying to yourself, that's not Seiunchin. But when I execute this, now it's Seiunchin. Okay? So all we've needed to do is go from where we are, step in, step out, sorry, don't step out too far, and twist the heel in. Now as that heel twists in, reinforce Uchiuke. Okay? So again, it's things work together. So that slowed down would be ich, ni. Okay? Now, from this position, we're going to use that sumo stance technique that we did before. And the arms are just going to split. Now, the one thing that I can't stand is when people do this. Prepare the left, then strike. No. If you're going to strike, you don't want it to be seen. So you want it to be hidden. Because that will be opposite to not being seen. So when you step forwards, just step in. So you're going to use this, but then hands just come straight down. So just from that position, practice from here, down. Not this, but just this. Pull the elbows apart. Elbows apart. Now you've got to execute that. When this foot lands and this heel lands, that has also landed. So we end up. Okay, this should be sumo stance. Off to your right hand corner, wherever you're facing. And tetsui here. So don't execute this as a girambarai. Execute this as a tetsui. Hammer fist. Strike it to the groin. But you can also be using this technique as When I get back to the dojo, I'll show you how you can use stances for unbalancing people. Right now, it's a bit difficult for me to do. So we're in our sumo stance. We're then going to go back, and we use our right foot, firing the right heel behind us, helps us with that movement. Thing to avoid. Try and get both feet in. Don't do this and then step. All one movement. So we come back, block. Now that Girambarai block, again, that footwork is something you can practice in your own time. When we're back in the dojo, mid-May, I am told. We can have it back mid-May-ish. But again, it all depends on what the government decide. But yeah, mid-May, I'll put some out, Steve. I'm missing it too, man. Alright, so I'm missing it too. It's hard work doing karate. 1 on your own, 2 in your living room, and 3 describing bonkai and thinking people are going to understand what you're saying. Alright, so yeah, apologies. You know, we'll get back as soon as we possibly can. We'll get back. Alright. However, there's nothing stopping you if you want to pop around. We'll do some in the garden. Alright, it's up to you. So as we come back with this Girambarai, the hand just simply comes off the hip, passes the face, and down and around. Now, what people do with that technique is they shortcut the technique, or they come to here first. That will be a basic Girambarai, yes. However, Girambarai can be, notice that I've passed the face there, past the face, past the face. I need to get back in, just got into it, and it all stopped. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, dude, I know. But you've got some little things you can practice, and karate is not just body, karate is mind as well. So you've got some things you practice. It takes discipline to, you know. I'm probably going to finish with this now. So yeah, as we come back Girambarai here. Now this next section is exactly the same as what we've just done, but I'll show you the error, and I'll show you how not to do it. All right. Sorry, I'll show you how to do it. So the error is, so we've done Girambarai, we're going to go off to our left corner. Now notice where my hips are facing right now. Most people will do this, and then this. Please don't, there's no need. All you've got to do is keep your hips facing that way, and just go into stance, okay? Now that will also combine with your reinforced uchuke. So you've done your Girambarai, as you step in, this will be a centre point, hips haven't gone anywhere. Out into Seiunchin, and then same as before, healing. Now notice there's not a lot of hip movement there. All we're doing is we're locking into stance. There's a difference between getting into stance and being in stance, all right? So you could say, right, from here, I am now in Zenkutsudachi. No, I've just got there. Zenkutsudachi right now, this is loose. It's not a true stance. I've just put my feet in position. I've just positioned the feet. From here, tiny little movements, watch. Now I've locked into stance. Now I'm in stance properly. Okay, so when you go into things like Seiunchin, this is just foot positioning. Tiny movements. It was around here, locking into this back leg. Not locking the leg out, but going from where you are, just in. How do you get that? Tense the butt cheek of the leg that's behind you. The Japanese, what they do is they actually come around and kick you in the backside. And punch you, just to test that that stance is correct. So we'll come around this way. So this is the same as before. Done this exercise before. It's all on this left foot now. Leave this left foot till last. And remember, don't prepare. Split. Just split the hands. There's no preparation needed. So I'm going to go forwards. Ish. it says, and he falls over. And then from that position, we're going to go back again. Same angle, we need to use our left leg. That's going to pull us back. So using the left leg, pulls you back. Now again, remember, don't do this. It's not 2 steps, it's one movement. And the one movement is this left leg pulling you back, and that's where you execute Girambarai. Now to get that section, practice what we've just done. Okay, so there's no more I'm going to give you today, but practice what you do. Practice the 3 combinations before. I'll go over them again once for you. So we stepped in from here, we did Jodan, and then we came up, Yakuzuki. Doesn't matter how high. All that is from here, this. And then we did the foot sweep. So we came high, and then long, and then strike. That's just this. Okay? And then we've done off to the corner. That was this exercise. Fighting stance, healing. Now if you want to mix and match and play around with that, it's your training, it's not mine. So there's nothing stopping you, well, you see this part again in Seiunchin. Nothing stopping you coming in, uppercut, come around, shuto, come around, haito. So it's up to you how you want to mix and match it, the choice is yours. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to give you for tonight. 30 minutes, 40 minutes of 30 minutes of kata Seiunchin. It's an important kata. It covers 2 grades. No, it covers 1 grade, which is second kyu. Second kyu, but I do see a lot of it being done incorrectly. So rather than throw a lot at you right now, I'd rather just give you little bits to work on. So those first 3 combinations that we did tie in with the movement of not only that part of the kata, but other parts of the kata as well that we haven't got to yet. So once you've got those first 3 combinations, some of the kata that you're going to see later on will be fairly simple. Because you'll be like, oh yeah, I know this. Alright? So, Steve, I will be in touch. You can stay in touch with me as well if you want, but thanks for watching. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it whatever. Give it a subscription. Feel free to share. Share the channel on your Facebook. It's not a private channel. It's open to anybody that wants to. Yeah, when it gets a little bit warmer outside, we'll go outside and do some karate. Alright, so that's it. I will say arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. And sayonara. I'll see you on the next video, which will be hopefully next Wednesday at 7 PM, where we'll do some more combinations, but we'll also get into some Seiunchin. Probably won't do Seiunchin combinations because we've done some tonight, but we'll get into some more combos, or even maybe just some Kion. Alright, let me know what you want to do. Right, I'll see you as they do in Japan. Sayonara!